Hey y'all, welcome to the Flip Flop Barnyard. I'm Jenna. It's my lovely little assistant is Hope. And today I want to talk to you about seeds. One of my favorite things. Really excited. Actually, I'm probably a little behind on starting tomatoes and peppers, but that's okay because I'm going to start them. And that's exactly what I was going to talk to you about. I finally got them out. Okay, this three boxes are all just tomato seeds. These are my favorite way to store seeds. They are photo storage boxes, and they're perfect. These little boxes go in the big case and they work perfectly. These are my 2 pepper boxes, so I'm going to go through and show you what I intend on starting this year. And to make it easier, I have them broken down. So I have like small tomatoes, and I'll tell you what I'm growing and why. I don't know if I'll hit on I'll tell you every variety. I don't think I'll have to describe every variety because that would take a while. So this one I'm actually not personally growing. Emma's going to grow it. They're spoon tomatoes. They're really cute. They're teeny tiny, and they are wild. They are crazy plants. Emma's going to put them in a bucket and grow them, or in a pot. She wants to grow those, and let her. We always grow vernissages. I typically used to grow green vernissage for the most part. They're kind of like a little variegated tomato, like a saladette type tomato, but they don't sell just the green ones anymore. They have a mix. My intention was that if I end up with a plant with green, I was going to just save seed from that, but I didn't end up doing that last year. This year I need to do that. These ended up being our favorite tomato, small tomato. This is like a cherry tomato. It is the Sunrise Bumblebee, and they were absolutely delicious once they get completely ripe. If you pick them too soon, they're not very good, but if they're really ripe, they are so good. They were the best. Black cherries we really love. Blue goldberries are one that we will just grow every year. They've been a staple, one of our favorites for years. And then last year we grew blue cream berries for the first time, and they were also probably a really close second to the Sunrise Bumblebee. And we also always grow Brad's Atomic Grapes. We've grown those for years. Those are Emma's favorite. And then a friend of mine gave me these. They're called Nebraska Wedding tomatoes. They're in a baggie. I've never grown them before. This is an orange tomato, so I'm going to grow those. These are all of our small tomatoes. So I had said, oh, I'm going to cut back because I grow so many plants. But so my plan was to cut back. But then when I started looking at all the varieties I wanted to grow, there was really not many I could cut out. So what I decided was I need to focus on saucing tomatoes. So I'm probably going to grow about 200 saucing plants. I usually grow about 100, but I'm going to double that and grow 200 because we really could use more. And then I'm going to grow less. So I will grow like probably 5 of each variety of the plants that I really enjoy, the slicers. So I'm going to grow 2. I'll start 3 to 4. That way I know that I for sure have 2. But my intention is to only plant 2 of each of those. I think 2 to 3 of the small tomatoes. And then with my saucing, it just depends. Because some of the varieties I have more seeds than others. So I'll just have to figure out how the math works out at that point. So I will show you my saucing tomatoes I have. And then we'll get into slicing because those are my favorites. But there are a few varieties that I will not be growing here. I got to figure out where I ended my... I'm not going to grow those. I have extra of those. Okay. I have a couple of varieties I'm not going to grow. So, alright, these are just the pink oxheart. I think they're technically can be a saucing or a slicing. They're but I'm going to grow those. I've never grown a pink oxheart, which is kind of crazy because they're kind of a basic tomato, but I've never grown, just in all my over a decade of gardening, never grown that. This was cool looking striped Roma, so I just thought, hey, I'll grow a striped Roma. Sheboygan. Last year we grew these Sheboygans and they did really well, and we really liked them for saucing, so I'm growing them again. San Marzano, they classic saucing tomato. Salvatore Select was another one we grew last year, along with the Opaca. And all of those are the 3 I tried last year and was very pleased with all of them. So I'm growing them again. They all have great flavor. I find that I like to grow a variety of different tomatoes, and some of them just have a deeper, richer flavor. Some are more acidic, so it just kind of gives your sauces a really nice roundabout flavor. It rounds it out really well. Plain Romas. Gilberti is new for this year. It sounded interesting. Federal is another one that's new for this year. Again, sounded really interesting. I got classic Amish paste, and the rest of these are duplicates, so I don't need to get them out. But yeah, so this is my stack of saucing tomatoes, paste tomatoes, whatever you want to call them. Those are what I'm gonna use this year for that. And on to slicers. I always love slicers. I don't know. I've always, growing up, like I was a girl, I just ate tomatoes. I'd eat them like apples. Always ate tomatoes. My kids have always loved them. And so when I started gardening, before the days of YouTube, before there was a lot of people on YouTube doing it, I had found heirloom seeds and heirloom plants, and I started out, I think it was Big Rainbow and Pineapple and Cherokee Purple were several that I grew in my first years of gardening, and just loved them, fell in love with it, and different kinds. So over the years I've greatly expanded the varieties. This is, I think there's 25 varieties here of slicers. So I've got Abe Lincoln is one we always grow. Great White is one we always grow. It is a yellow, almost white tomato. It's really sweet, really good. This is our son Josiah's favorite, so we always make sure we grow him some of those. This is new for this year, mushroom basket. They're just interesting looking. So I thought, I'm gonna try those. And my gardener had a big sale at the end of the beginning of the fall, and they're like 50% off, and then I had a coupon. So I bought some seeds. Didn't really need them, but it's okay. Cream sausage is one that I've thought about trying, and Emma's really want to try, so we're going to give it a go. And it's not really a full-size tomato. It's more of the shape of a pasting tomato, so we'll see how it does. Giant Crimson was one that they had just had this year on In My Gardener. It was very limited. It's only 5 seeds per pack. I actually ended up with 2 packs, but because it was 2-pack limit. So I got those. We'll see how they do. They sounded interesting. Gold Medal is a good one. Thornburg's Terracotta, Giant Belgium, Triple Crop. They're supposed to get really big. I like trying to grow giant tomatoes. Dr. Weeshi, Weechi, whatever you want to call him. They're always just, they're a great tomato. That and Paul Robeson, which I have in here somewhere. I'm growing those. Those are 2 that I always grow. Cherokee Purple has been a staple. This has been my all-time favorite tomato since I started growing tomatoes, and even before. They're just my favorite. That's the same thing. Castelluto Genovese. I don't really know how to say that, but that one, we grew this last year, and I don't remember how much we liked it. The kids said we liked this, so we're doing it again. Dad Sunset is one we've grown for many years. We may have even had them the first year we gardened, and the girls always love that, my older girls, so they get their Dad Sunset. Plain old beefsteak. You gotta have a classic beefsteak. Big Rainbows are one that we love. They're kind of a red and orange and yellow variegated, really flavorful. That's a duplicate. Kellogg's Breakfast is another one that's kind of a yellow tomato. Totally delicious, one of our favorites. Carbon, I grew those last year. They're really pretty. Mortgage Lifter's another favorite. Black Creme, any of those tomatoes is like Cherokee Purple, Black Creme that have like dark shoulders, get dark color on them, and are really high in anthocyanins. I find that they have a really deep, almost smoky flavor, and a really rich flavor. So I personally really like those types of tomatoes. I have several packs of those. Black Prince is another one. Paul Robeson, told you about that one. I have 2 packs. Pineapple tomato. We like the orange variegated tomatoes. They're really good. We just do. Trophy tomato. Some of these I grew last year, and I honestly don't remember the review on them, so I'm growing them again this year. Solar Flare is one that I got several years ago. It's really cool looking. It's one that was from Brad at Wild Boar Farms. He did the Atomic Grape. I think the Blue Goldberries. His are stabilized hybrids, so they're open pollinated. They're not actually heirlooms, but they are. You save seeds from them. The plant that I grew out of this the one year didn't do all that great, and I haven't really grown it since, so I want to give them another try because they're really neat looking. So I figured I would just give another try. Black from Tula, another one with dark purple. Aunt Ruby's, oh no, these ones I'm not growing. I grew this last year, Aunt Ruby's German Green, and it was okay. Wasn't our favorite, and I'm, again, trying to pare down, so I'm not doing that one. I pulled it out accidentally. So that is a lot of varieties of tomatoes. And like I said, I'm only going to grow about 2 plants of each of those because, well, for one, I really honestly don't know how much space I'm going to have for tomatoes, and I really don't need 200 slicing plants. I need saucing plants so I can preserve it. But that's what I'm excited about. I really need to get those started, maybe today, if not, sometime this week. We really like Pro Mix potting soil. It's actually not starting mix, it's a potting potting soil, and I've used that to start my seeds for several years now, and they have it in organic, and I really like it. We got it from a local nursery. They carry it, and we were able to, they weren't even open yet because they weren't like open to the public. We called them and they were like, yeah, come by, we'll be here setting things up and working in the nurseries. So they just let us come by when they weren't even open yet to the public, and we were able to buy some. So we really that's been our favorite. All right, my peppers. These are all sweet peppers. This one I grew last year, but it didn't do very well, so I don't remember. I don't really remember, and I can't pronounce that. But it's supposed to be a sweet cooking pepper, so I'm gonna try it again since I don't know that we really got to try it last year. Poblanos, always a staple. We love them. Jalapeno is like a jalapeno, but not hot, and some of the kids really love these. They're kind of nice if you have some really spicy jalapenos and you just want jalapeno flavor, but a little bit of spice. If you're cooking a recipe, you could throw in a couple of hot jalapenos and then more of these, and so you're still getting your jalapeno flavor, but not as much spice, because these have zero heat. Oh, hi Helper, you're back. Then mini bell peppers, and I just think they're cute, and sometimes you just have to grow things for the whimsical reason, because why not? What's the point of gardening if it doesn't make you smile? And things like little tiny bell peppers, they always make me smile. Jimmy Nardello, again, I grew these last year, but I don't know. I think my plants got mixed up and I didn't even know what was what, and so I really didn't get to give it an honest opinion and review, so we're going to try those again this year. Then I have Keystone Resistant Giant. It's another bell pepper. This one I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe you can figure it out. Let's see if it'll focus on here. Yeah, it's not funny. There you go. Those are another bell pepper. California Wonders, which I have a whole bunch of those. And then sweet banana peppers. Alma Paprika. Then these I'm excited about. Purple Beauty and Chocolate Beauty. Bell peppers. You can tell we like bell peppers. So, do you see it? Isn't that pretty? Whoops. So that is my sweet peppers. There's still a lot of them. I had planned to pare those way down too, but apparently I'm not very good at paring them down. And then my hot peppers, which I really have pared these down. Let me see what I've got going on here. Yeah. So, I've got Anaheim chili. We always grow chili. We can a lot of chili peppers. Cayenne peppers we like because we use them for a lot of things. We use them for our animals. It's part of our herbal warmer, so if I can grow it, it's better than having to buy it. Chinese 5-color is one that Josiah really loves, so we've grown, goodness, for years and years and years since he was really little. He's 13 now, so we've grown it for probably 10 years. And we always grow this because they're stinking hot. I mean, they will burn your mouth up. I don't like them, but he actually likes them to eat them. But they're called an ornamental pepper. You can eat them, but they're really pretty. So we always put a plant or two for him. Peppers, let's see, what is this? Tam jalapeno pepper. It is one of the more mild jalapenos because I like jalapenos, but I don't want them to be super hot. I don't love like a lot of spice. I like a little bit of spice that has a lot of flavor. I don't like just something to burn your mouth, just to burn your mouth. Peppercini peppers, a couple packs of those. We like to pickle those. And then the serranos are pretty hot, but they have a good flavor, so we like to grow those. And then this one I'm really excited about. I wasn't going to buy any more pepper seeds this year, and then I saw this and I was like, must have. It is a purple cayenne. Is that not beautiful? I'm excited about this one. So, that's it. That is my peppers that we're going to do this year. I have so many seeds. If I were to show you everything I was going to grow in one video, it would take up like 3 hours, so we're not going to do that. I'm excited about cucumbers. I think I'm really going to focus on homemade pickles and national pickling are the two pickling varieties that we really liked last year. The Boston pickling we found really struggled and didn't do well and had really misshapen cucumbers, so we're going to focus on the other two, and then we might do a couple slicers. Like we like the Be It Alpha are nice because they self-pollinate, so if you just grow in a greenhouse or you don't really have a lot of pollinators, the Be It Alpha are great because you don't have to have pollinators. So we like those. They taste good. And then the Silver Slicer is another one. It's like almost white, and we really like that one too. So we'll probably grow those. There was an Armenian one that we grew last year. Not sure if we're going to do that again this year. Some of the kids were like, yeah, some were like, no. And then we grew gherkins last year, the little sour gherkin things. And the kids really liked them. They were great as refrigerator pickles. So I may do, but they were really prolific and they took over a huge part of a cattle, maybe even a whole cattle panel. So I don't know if I'm going to do many of those, but I might do a couple of those. I haven't decided yet. And I really haven't decided on everything because the reality is we don't know for sure where we're going to be gardening. Things that have to be started ahead of time, like tomatoes and peppers, I'm going to get on and get those. So I did have to go through that. Everything else really can be direct sown. Even up into July, a lot of things. I mean, I can sow pumpkins and squash up into July because we don't get frost till October. So I really am not really that concerned because I have a couple months to figure things out. So that is what I'm growing. What are you guys most excited about to grow? Is there anything that I'm growing that you saw that you were like, oh, I want to try that? Because I do that. That's how I end up with all these varieties. I'll watch people and they'll show like the saucing tomatoes, the Sheboygan, Alpaca, and Salvatore Select. I believe I saw in Living Traditions, and they showed the tomatoes, and I was like, those look amazing. So that's why I ended up getting them, and I love them. So the wonderful thing about YouTube is that you can get ideas for other things, or you can see if somebody said, this is not worth it. I always will still, if it's something I think I'm really interested in, I'll still give it a try on my own. But, you know, a lot of times it's nice to be able to see other people's thoughts and opinions. Of course, we all have different opinions and different tastes, but it's exciting to see what other people are growing too. I just personally enjoy that. So thanks for hanging out with me today and looking through seeds with me, one of my favorite pastimes. I appreciate y'all. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. Give us a thumbs up so YouTube will know you're enjoying this. Please comment below, let me know what you're growing this year, and I will catch you on the next one. Say bye.
Bye.